Mindful Moms is a community group whereby we encourage mothers that are finding it challenging re-entering the workforce. And at times, due to motherhood, due to taking care of the family, we may take a break from workforce, but we need people that can support us to bring us back to workforce. It's not only career we discuss about our personal lives, whereby maybe you have some challenges. How do you want to balance taking care of the children and taking having time for your work? This we always have sections. We have virtual sections every Saturday, whereby we come up with topics. We discuss about skills, skill development. We discuss about parenting, intentional parenting, and we discuss about our own self-care as mothers. Yes, this group focuses on mothers, but now we are expanding to families, whereby even our fathers are coming in and they're showing interest. So far, so good. It's been so productive, and we are really making paving ways by the special grace of God. So today we are focusing on beyond data, beyond learning data. And why did we choose this topic? Last month, we discussed about breaking the pattern. As mothers, as human, as someone that really loves to go back to career, there are lots of things that discourages us, that gets us stuck, that is making us to like stay in one spot for months, for years. We just realize that it's 10 years that we've worked last, or it's 10 years or 5 years that we've done what we really love doing. So that was why we chose Break the Pattern last month. My name is Oluwadunsi Ogunleye, and by God's grace, I'm a data engineer. I started as a data analyst, and I love data. One of my former bosses will say, Dunsi and data. Yes, I love data. Why did I choose data? I have this passion for problem solving. And before you can solve any problem, you really need to understand the data. You need the metrics, you need the figure. That is my main goal in anything and I do. And this has really helped me to create relationship with organizations, with people, to be able, my analytical skills have really paved way for me and has helped me to the extent that all I need, if you have a project you're working on, all I need from you is to give me 20% of your project, then I'm ready to break it down for you to see a clearer picture of it. So today I have a workbook I shared already. We can check the charts in the workbook, and I have it on the screen. If you're connected via LinkedIn or YouTube, there is a QR code on the screen. So just scan it. We have a workbook on that. Now, this workbook is more like a reflection for us. So I want us to assess it to see what we plan doing today, what we want to achieve today. So for part one, so many of us have received the link for our data camp learning license, and I've received so many feedback. Some are just like, "Oh, I don't even know where to start. I'm stuck. Oh, I this looks a little bit cumbersome for me." At the end of this section, you will see that it is very simple. It is very simple. If you can chat wherever, if you want to put anything in the comment section, you want to ask a question, please feel free to put it in the chat and I will address your question. So now, sorry, my screen just suddenly. Sorry. Oh my God. So, Oh my God. This is serious. Yeah, so sorry. I just had the challenge with my screen now. All right. As I was saying, now we should have received a link to the data camp learning. What's the purpose of this data camp learning? It's not another, I want to choose a course in Excel, I want to choose a course in SQL. The purpose of this data camp license learning is for us to build our portfolio, to do projects, you having a hands-on projects, and for you to be able to build your portfolio. One of the mistakes I see we commit, especially in the tech field, is yes, we are good. You know that you are good to yourself, but you don't have anything to showcase that you are good. I will share my story. Sometimes ago, as I told us earlier on, I started as a data analyst, and I can tell you I can use so many tools, starting from even not even just data analysis, research analysis. And research analysis is more related to statistical. I can use LIMDEB, eView, Shazam, Tora, Frontier. Name most of these statistical analysis, I can do it for you. I have all this listed on my LinkedIn. Over 10 tools that I can use. Frontier. Now, a recruiter reached out to me and said, oh, my organization needs a Frontier developer. And I was so excited. Oh, Frontier. Yeah, very interesting. I love it. I even I wrote a paper related. I used Frontier analysis. And he said, can you send me your portfolio? And I was looking like a dumb. I was like, portfolio for Frontier? I can do this job. I have it. He said, no, I need to see your portfolio for you to be able to prove to me you can do it. Lo and behold, I couldn't present it. I could not present it. And that was how I lost that opportunity. And that gave me a reset that we have to be prepared for it. Nobody wants to know, oh, I'm good in this. They want to see what you can do. They really want to see what you can do. And how can you present this? It's from you starting with creating your portfolio. You need to create your portfolio. Now, what are the things you are going to include in your portfolio? You need to define the specific role you want to target. We have a lot of roles or a lot of, can I use the word field in data? You can be a data analyst, you can be an analytics engineer, you can be a data engineer, you can be which other BI, business intelligence analyst, you can be data systems developer. We have different kinds of role. So which of these roles do you want to focus on? You have to sit down and digest that first. So when you sit down and digest that, then that will now help you on the type of portfolio you actually want to build. It's going to help us with the type of portfolio you want us to build. I want to start from the simplest one, which is data analysis. As a data analyst, what are the tools you really need to know as a data analyst? Tools you really need to know as a data analyst. Excel. Yes, we look at, oh, Excel is very simple. Do I need that as an analyst? Yes, you need Excel as an analyst. All fields in data, directly or indirectly, you still fall back at Excel. You need Excel. All those charts are necessary. And funniest thing, if you can really understand Excel, that will help you when you want to move to Power BI, you want to move to Tableau, you want to move to Looker, all this will help you. So start with Excel. Now, you want to learn Excel, right? Okay. Pick projects. In your data camp platform, you should have received the link. If you don't have the link, please feel free to send me a DM. Then I will send us the application form for us to fill, then you get access to it. Pick up one or two projects relating to Excel. What has really helped me building projects? I build projects that I need. So it's not just about for me to showcase anything. I want to build projects I really need, something I can really use, something that is useful for me that I can present to the world. I'm using this and it's working. This is a business case. This is what the problem I want to use it to solve. So it's going to be very real. It's not going to just be like for the practical aspect of it or because I just want to do it for doing sake, for a job or something. So Excel, you pick one or two projects to do. When you pick one or two projects to do, definitely you know before starting a project, that's one thing about data. You must have a problem statement. Your business case must be well defined. What do you want to achieve? At the end of the day of this project, I want to achieve A, B, C, and D. Don't just build projects for building sake. I will use social media as an example. Now, you are managing a business, a social media platform. Do you know all those metrics? They are not there for fun. It's part of data. As an analyst, you need to extract all these metrics and analyze it. Which of these, maybe video or text or formats, have actually gained more engagement? Why? Sit down, study the metrics, and look at how you can improve on that particular format. I tell people that claim they are social media managers, you don't just post. People will be like, oh, let me just post something that is trending. You have 20,000 followers, but you only have one like or two likes. You can see that it doesn't correlate. You are not passing the message across. It's more than you just building followers. It is for you to really understand the pain points of your followers or your fans or people that you are serving. So as a data analyst, you need that metrics. You need that metrics because you may not have likes, but you may have higher engagement rates. So if people engage more on a particular video or a particular content, that means they need that more. And that means you need to focus more on that. You really need to focus more on that. I will give you another example. Earlier this year, we were talking more about self-care, about building self-confidence, taking care of your home. I created a poll. What are the things you are really expecting? As much as you are building your self-care, you want to be motivated. Yes, you want to be healed from your past, from your pains. Do you need something related to skill? And I just saw the metric, pim, pim, pim. Yes, 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 skill. Now, I went further. What aspect of skill do you want? Something that can create a remote job for you, or you want to go out? Which aspects? What do you want? And people started telling me what they really wanted in the poll. So that was where I realized, okay, yes, you want to have time for your family, and at the same time, you want to work. How do you want to balance it? Which of these aspects can you focus on? And that encouraged us to break the pattern last month. And this month, we are picking a skill that we can focus on that can create a remote opportunity for us as mothers. You don't just come up with projects. You don't just come up with ideas. You must, before you start anything, as a data expert, you should be able to define the problem. This is one of the reasons whereby all organizations need data experts. All organizations. There's no organization that we do without a data expert. Because if you don't have a data expert, if you don't get your data right, even if you build the most expensive application, you have just developed a tissue paper application. that is going inside the trash. So it must be well defined. And you can start that with even your own personal project. More reason I told us earlier on, pick projects that are useful to you, projects you can use, projects you can talk about. Even when you are sleeping and someone wake you up, you can talk about it. Now, to our workbook. Please, if we have any question, let's feel free to put in the chat. I think I have something here in the chat. Okay, hi, thank you. So if we have any question, kindly put it in the chat. In the workbook, we have confidence in learning. What is the confidence, or what are the confidence we have in learning from 1 to 10? Confidence in learning. Madam Fumi, if you want to share anything, please, you can unmute yourself and talk. What's the confidence in learning? Yes, ma'am. So what's your confidence? To know more. So part of our honest checking, do you really feel overwhelmed learning? Okay. What makes you feel? Okay. Okay. So, but if we look at it from this angle, that what would be the benefits of me going for this, maybe training, or for me to learn this, will this still make us feel overwhelmed? Okay. Because this has, yeah, I'm with you. Yes. Yes, that has really, really helped. And thank you so much for sharing. I really appreciate that. Now, going to our first question in the workbook says, what has been stopping me? Is it fear of starting? Oh, before we go there, we under her honest checking. Do you have access to the workbook? I sent it in the chat. Okay, so you can open it, right? Okay, so before we go to the one, it says believe in getting a job. So, how will you rate your data learning skill to believing in getting a job? Okay, okay, Yes, I appreciate your sincerity. And that takes us to what has been stopping me. We have circle all that apply: fear of starting, not enough time, confused where to start, self doubt, family responsibilities, started before but stopped. Yes, ma'am. Mm, mm. Okay. Thank you so much for sharing. Confused where to start. Yes. I understand the fact that, yes, we may feel so confused, overwhelmed. And as I mentioned earlier on, we need to pick up a project that is valuable to us. And in addition to this, we need accountability group. And this is one of the things we do in Mindful Months, because there are times I remember when I was so in need going back to workforce, I met some group of people, and every Friday we meet online. Every Friday night. It will be around 10 p.m. Friday night, and people from different parts of the world do join us. Some, when in my home place, it's 10 p.m. And other people, maybe people that joined us from Africa, is that they're already in the morning. Some is like 2 a.m. in the midnight, but we are on because we're trying to achieve our certification exam then. And when we come in, we may not really do a project together. All we just need to do is log in. When you log in, you mute your mic and everyone starts working on their project. If you have any question, you can put it in the chat and someone will come and like, oh, why can't you just do it this way? Why can't you try this? Or instead of you using Python, why can't you try this other one? And that really helped us. It's really helped. So many of us were able to achieve our goals through that. And that is one of the things that motivated me to create this workforce readiness program. It's going to be 12 weeks. 12 weeks, no joke, strictly business. It's going to be strictly business, and people coming in, you log in and you do 1, 2, 3 projects. And I'm going to be available by God's grace for that 12 weeks. So being confused to start will be erased. It's going to be erased. Now, reality shift. What I thought I needed before today, what do you think you need before today? Either going into data, either anything that you feel you need. Okay. So you are always curious to know more, right? Okay. That's one of the skill of a data expert. Curious to know more. So you have the quality. So you are in the right field. All right. What I now realize I actually need. What are the things you really realized you really need? Yes, mentorship. I want to learn. We are going to part three. Part three says my why. I want to learn data because of what? Why do you want to learn data? Okay. So now, if nothing changes in 6 months, how will you feel if nothing changes? Maybe you didn't get the mentorship, you are unable to really learn what you love doing. What we have? Yeah, I love that mindset. And if I stayed consistent for 12 weeks, my life could look like, if I'm able to stay consistent, what's going to happen to the data field or data interest? Yes, it's just about consistency. Sincerely, I want to say something on under this consistency. I remembered few years ago, I can maybe 2 or 3 years ago, I was just for the fun of it, I started 15 days challenge of Python, and I was doing it on LinkedIn for 15 days. Do you know people come on in my DM? I was like, oh, can you please organize sections for Python training? I want to learn Python. I want to learn Python. I want to learn Python. Why am I using this example? Your consistency pays. These days, especially in the tech field, it's more than you just writing a resume. It's more than you just writing um, a catchy, what's that second thing? Cover letter. It's more than that. People want to see what you can do, and it's easier for you to be recommended because they can see your work. I needed a recommendation recently, and I approached one of the people that have been following my work, and I told her, just in less than 5 minutes discussion, was like, Janet, don't worry, you got this. I'm going to write it for you because I've been following you. I understand what you do. I understand your vision. I understand your work. And they could easily write that recommendation, give me the recommendation free of charge. People want to see what you can do, but it's more than just maybe today you do one project, you stop. When you do that project, go on LinkedIn. I've tried to achieve this, and this. These are the things I want to achieve. These are the things I've learned. put it there. Pick up another thing, work on it, put it there. Before you know it, someone will notice you and will be like, oh, can you work for me, or can you come to my organization? Or you see an opportunity you want to apply for, it will be so easy. You are bold enough to do it because you have been building the confidence in it. Look at my story I shared earlier on concerning the frontier developer. That was how I missed the opportunity. And when I checked the pay, oh my goodness, very fat pay. But I missed it. Do I know it? Yes. Am I good at it? Yes, very well. I know Frontier like at the back of my finger. I've been using Frontier during the days of MS DOS, not even when we are now VS Code. But I was unable to meet up because what? I ghosted myself. So consistency pay. So if we can commit to these 12 weeks, it's going to really help us. Now, we need to be sincere to ourselves, our commitment. How many hours per week am I ready to dedicate to this 12 weeks program? How many hours per week? I want us to be sincere. Is it 2 hours, 5 hours? Let's start small. Don't let, oh, at least I can do 20 hours. You may not be able to achieve that. Start maybe 30 minutes per day for a start. So when you commit to, oh, I'm going to do 30 minutes per day, one of the things that have helped me is if I want to study maybe 30 minutes, I will put my phone in silence. Even if my phone is beside me, I will turn it all the way down so that I don't see if any call is coming in. So how many weeks, how many hours per week can I dedicate? I want you to write it in that section. What is your best learning time? Your best learning time. Me, I love studying in the night or early in the morning. That's the best time for me. Early in the morning or late at night. So it's always very challenging for me picking calls early in the morning because I realized when I start picking calls early in the morning, I'm already tired. I'm tired for the day. So I I always prefer early in the morning or late at night when everywhere is quiet. I want a very silent environment. We need to write that out. My best learning time. You need to study yourself so that you don't get overwhelmed, you don't get burnout. So study yourself for the best learning time. Then, this is very important. I will reduce or disconnect from. Yes, some of us, when you hold that phone, you start scrolling and scrolling and scrolling. For the next 1 hour, 2 hours, we are on reel and start laughing, ke, 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 ke. You are scrolling and scrolling. And the time you're supposed to study is going. What will you reduce that time of scrolling or disconnect from it? We had, was it in February, we had phone challenge. No use of phone for some particular hours. And we really have a lot of tremendous feedback from that. How many hours do you spend scrolling on your phone? How many hours do you sit down for movies? I'm not saying you should not watch movie. I'm not saying you should not be on social media. I'm not saying you should not listen to news, but you have a goal to achieve. So if you feel the time you are spending with movies is too much, gone are those days when I sit down with movies, I can watch series back to back, 5, 6 hours, I'm still on movies. Yes. Until I have a think of my life that come. I can't continue this. I can't continue this. So we really need to sit down and analyze what is taking our time so that we can achieve our goal. We really, really need to do that. And again, some of us, we love staying too long on phone. We want to gist when you have something to achieve. I tell people something, you have to be prepared for opportunities, because when the opportunities show up, you may not have time to prepare again. So, how much time have we are we preparing for opportunities? There are a lot of sacrifices we really need to make, and some of those sacrifices is for us to reduce what is taking our time or disconnect from what is taking our time. All right. So when I feel like giving up, I will do what? If you feel like giving up, what do you think you can do? What can help you if you feel like giving up? You want to share? Mm, mm, yes. Thank you so much for sharing. And another thing is we understanding the why of doing it. So many times, like this morning, I don't even feel like doing any presentation. Sincerely, I don't feel like doing any presentation early this morning. Aside the fact that we already have the timing mixed up, I just don't know. I was just feeling so tired, and but my why is encouraging people, especially mothers, to re-enter workforce. Me remembering that is one of the things that pushed me and encouraged me. You really need to understand your why of doing things. And as a data expert, you don't just do things for doing sake. Your why must be well defined. If your why is not well defined, it is very, very easy to lose hope. It's very, very easy. That's why we always have a lot of uncompleted projects, because the why was not well defined. Why are you going into it? Is it because of the money? You want to make more money? Why do you want to make more money? Oh, I need to pay my bills. Why do you want to? You must really be able to really understand that why. Continue to ask that why until you can really get the clearer picture of it. So with that, that will help us to keep going. It will really help us to keep going, not just doing things for doing sake. So our why is very, very important, because there will be days that when it comes to your SQL, your Python, Excel is still easy, but your SQL, your Python, you just realize it's just giving you error, generating error, and you just like, what is going on? It's just a comma. I mean, a semicolon or a comma, and you just be receiving syntax error and be like, what am I doing? What is going on? I have tried all this. Oh my goodness. What's supposed to take you 2 seconds, you can spend hours. If you don't understand your why, you will log out and you may not come back to that project for the next 2, 3 weeks. Or maybe when you see an opportunity that pop up and be like, and I'm doing a project related to this. Okay, now, my parting word, what is your why? Let your why be well defined. Now, to the next one, I am not here to try. I am here to finish what I started. We are not here to try. We are here to finish what we started. And what are the things you are starting? You want to start to become or maybe proceed as a data expert? Yes, don't stop. you can do better. You may have been feeling discouraged in the time past, but this is a hope again for you. This is a hope again for me, because when I see people progressing, I'm progressing as well, because that will make me happy that I'm impacting lives. Do I feel discouraged this morning? Yes, I felt discouraged because in the timing, my phone was in silence and people called me. I was unable, because I'm used to it that early in the morning I put my phone in silence. I said it earlier on. I love studying more early in the morning. So my phone was in silence and I missed the call. People were unable to join the section because of that. Was I discouraged? Yes. But what? That does not make me a failure. I'm not a failure. It happens. It happens. So we should try as much as possible, because there will be a lot of time the data you collected may not work for your business case. And you may want to feel downcasted. As a data expert, you should be able to look for another solution to work around it. Not just, oh God, oh, I failed, or as a data expert, always look for a solution in a problem. Even when there is a negative circumstance, change it to positivity. Don't feel discouraged in whatever you are doing. That is one of the skills you should be able to create. So you are not here to just, you want to start. Oh, yes. Oluwadunso already told me, yes, it's good. You can get a remote job. And when you start, the remote job is not showing up and you just disappear. It doesn't work like that. Even you may not even get a job directly, you may be the one to create that job that other people will join. So it's not a one size fits all thing. So you must be determined that come rain, come shine, I'm starting this program and I'm going to end it and I'm going to achieve my goal. I'm going to get a better placement, better job opportunities, or better business ideas from it. Now, what is the week one action plan that I'm expecting from us all? The first thing is you need to log on to your DataCamp platform. You should have received the link. Log on there. Pick a course. And I missed something earlier on when we were discussing about particular position you want to target in the data field. Let's say, for example, you want to focus on data analysis now. Now, which of the organizations do you want to work with? You want to work with startups, small business, mid-sized business, FANG companies. Pick 2, 3 companies, go on LinkedIn, look at the roles and responsibilities, the tools they want you to be familiar with. List those tools out. There are some organizations, I saw some job opportunities recently, they were only focusing attention more on Excel, Power BI, and I think Tableau. There are some organizations like that. If you want to really focus on that, then list out those tools. I want to only focus on Excel, Power BI, and Tableau. List it out. Go on your DataCamp and focus on those courses. Don't say you want to do everything. You will not be able to achieve anything. So focus on it. Though I will advise that you try to put your eye on SQL. Most data fields you need SQL. So you can go and work on SQL, but don't start from SQL. Start with Excel. If you don't know Excel before, start with Excel before you go to SQL. So now you already know the position you are trying to target, the tools that you need. Now you know your tools, you know the position, then you can now pick a course on that DataCamp platform. For example, you want to do SQL, pick SQL course and start learning. There will be exercises, follow all the exercises. There are projects, build 1, 2, 3 projects and be able to explain what you have done. Now, try as much as possible to, because there is no way you are going to do just one course, try as much as possible in your first month to be able to achieve maybe two, maybe first week, you try to achieve like 2 to 3 lessons. Your first week, 2 to 3 lessons. If you can do more than 3 lessons, because they are short videos, so if you can do more than that, then you feel free to do it. And make sure you are documenting, because that will help you. And as a data expert too, writing is one of the skills you really want to develop. Documentation. You really, really want to develop documentation. So as you are trying to recall what you have studied, you are writing down, you are building your writing skills. Now, and on that documentation, you have what you have learned. Why are you learning it? What are the things you want to achieve? What are the things this will be useful for? So those are very, very important. The challenge I have for you this week is for you to answer one thing I commit to this week. What is one thing you are committing to this week? I want you to write it down. One thing you are committing to this week. Thank you so much for joining me today. I know this is a very brief section, and I'm so sorry for the mix-up in the timing. Please, in case you didn't receive the data camp, you can send a DM so that I send us the application and for you to fill out. Our 12 weeks program will start fully next week. We already have a roadmap for it, and trust me, it's going to be very interesting, and you don't want to miss it. So, okay, yeah, just wait. Don't log out after the meeting. Just wait. I will share the link with you. So, thank you so much for joining me this morning. And if you have anyone around you that is finding it challenging to re-enter workforce and they are interested in the data field, please feel free to get in touch and I will share the application with you. They are free courses. Also, we have Coursera Learning Program access to. You have people that they are not interested in tech, they want to focus more in health, in management. Coursera is more widely, they have all these different kinds of courses. Do you even know that you can start your master's degree on Coursera? Yes, from the comfort of your home. You can start your master's degree on Coursera. So if you need anyone that is interested, want to start master's degree, want to do it, just get in touch. Then I will send the application link to you. Thank you so much for joining me today. I'm so excited we could still have this presentation. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Have a nice day. And also, I want to share, if you want to give us feedback, I'm sharing a QR code on LinkedIn now. You can just scan that QR code and give a feedback. We really want to hear from you. As I told us earlier on, I love data. So please, we don't just want to create programs for creating sake. We want to hear from you. Thank you so much for joining us.